And good evening, everyone. Dick Enberg and Mark Grant. We got a taste of that long ball power of Toronto last night. But let's go to the National League West. Of the 6 divisions in Major League Baseball, none is tighter than here in the West. 4 teams within 3.5 games of the lead.
It's going to be a dogfight. And, you know, quite frankly, as a fan, I love the game of baseball. I hope this goes like this for the rest of the summer, maybe down to the last week or the last series. The Diamondbacks already, they made a trade today for a minor league arm from the Oakland Athletics. They traded Connor Jackson. So will they be trying to shove off their players? But right now, it's an old cliche. If this Padre team stays healthy with the pitching core that they have right now, it could be a fun summer all the way through August and into September.
Well, here we are at June 15th, the middle of June, and how contentious it is. But the one surprise, of course, are the San Diego Padres, still a half game in the lead. And the reason, not only that great bullpen, but a surprising youngster that we're going to see tonight.
Who knows what would have happened if Chris Young was healthy all the way through spring training, because Matt Latos has really taken that baseball and made a difference in the rotation. He's making his name known throughout not just the National League but Major League Baseball. And why? Because it's command of the strike zone. He has grown up. He is maturing not only as a person but also as a pitcher, and the stuff that he possesses on the mound, Dick.
Well, there's a test not only in the ERA and the one loss, but the batting average under 200. That's the best in the National League.
And this is going to be a good test for Matt Latos. Why? A couple of things work in his favor. The Toronto Blue Jays' 3rd lowest batting average in Major League Baseball, and also we know about the power numbers, but with those power numbers and those big swings come with a lot of strikeouts. They will swing and miss a lot.
Well, our pitching matchup tonight, our starting pitchers feature 2 youngsters. Latos is 22, and Brett Cecil of the Blue Jays, he won't be 24 until next month. He's won 5 in a row to boost his record to 7-2, and Matt Latos pitching very good baseball. He's becoming the star of this staff at 6-4. And the pitching profile is brought to you by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. And the kid from South Florida, Matt Latos, as you see him pitch and grow as a major leaguer, you know what? He's starting to realize he's good. Number 35's Randy Jones barbecue here at Petco Park. Matt Latos Tuning up, ready to go here on this Tuesday night. A reminder, the home of the free photo termite inspection is Corky's. See proof of your termite problem with your own eyes. Call Corky's at 1-800-901-1102. Corky's. Just 22, 6 feet 6 inches tall, 225-pound Matt Latos. That's pretty impressive, isn't it? At batting average against 199, best in the National League. And he looks for his 7th win. This starting pitcher profile is brought to you by the Mark Condos. Luxurious downtown San Diego condos from the 300s. Go to themarksandiego.com. Mark, we ought to go to those condos and check them out. I mean, they've used your name. Maybe we'd give it even a better deal.
2-for-1 deal, maybe?
Yeah, I'd like to see how they. That sounds like a good deal. I'd like to check them out.
Well, Matt Latos is a good deal that the Padres have. He has really come a long way. Fewer hits than innings pitched. He is just really maturing into a big league pitcher. His composure out on the mound is the one thing that's really impressed me lately.
You know, he looks as if he's full of belief. Stares in, gets a sign. How about this for a leadoff man, Jose Bautista? Bautista hitting .231, but 18 home runs and 45 runs batted in, hitting leadoff. One and one. Bautista, then Aaron Hill. He has 9 home runs. The second baseman, Adam Lind, who did not play last night, he has 8 in the 3rd spot tonight. There's Hill, had 3 doubles last evening. That one popped back toward us and into the 3rd tier.
Well, if you need a refresher course on Matt Latos, the good 4-seam fastball, sometimes it will run a little bit. He will throw that slider at times down and away. That's pretty much his money pitch. The curveball has come a long way, and then he also throws the changeup as well.
There's the 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Blue Jays with a win last night. They've been hungry for one. They've now lost 7 of their last 9, including last night's win, 6-3. Cito Gaston, their skipper. That ball hit well into right center field. Right fielder Aaron Cunningham. His first start as a Padre, and he collects the first out. Starting lineup for the Toronto Blue Jays, brought to you by Floor Trader. Pay way less for your flooring and take it home today. Now open in Lemon Grove. Bautista, Hill, and Lind. Vernon Wells hitting cleanup. One of the all-time Toronto batsmen. Alex Gonzalez at short. Lyle Overbay, a couple of singles last night. This ball is hit toward Cunningham as well. 2 for 2 for Aaron Cunningham, as Aaron Hill flies out on the first pitch. John Buck, you saw him with a couple of home runs last night. He and Ryan Zimmerman of Washington, the only 2 visitors who have come into Petco Park and homered twice in the same game this year.
I thought it was the swing of John Buck last night that kind of caused that home run, or that earthquake with those swings that he took. My goodness, he takes a huge hack.
Got to put blame on someone. Look at Lynn. Couldn't make the lineup last night. He's got 8 home runs. 31 runs batted in. That would be far and away the number 2 statistic for the Padres. Only Adrian Gonzalez with better home run and RBI numbers. He's a Hoosier, 26 years of age, from Indiana. Migrated down to the University of South Alabama. He was the leading Blue Jay hitter last year with a .305 average. So they're puzzled as to why he's hitting only .210 this season. 2-strike pitch. He wastes the fastball high. Part of his problem has been lack of contact. He's struck out 64 times. Skips in the breaking ball. 2-2. Thirteenth start for Matt Latos. He's hoping that's not unlucky. Swing and a foul tip. Hundley holds on. A slider, and Latos has his first strikeout, and he retires the Blue Jays in order to open the game. Coming up, bottom of the first, David Eckstein, Chase Headley, and Adrian Gonzalez for the Padres. Cast brought to you by Carl's Jr. Get more fruit in your diet with a Hawaiian teriyaki chicken sandwich. Last of the first inning as we take a look at Brett Cecil. He's from Dunkirk, Maryland. 6'1" and 235. 23 years young. Our starting pitcher profile brought to you by the all-new Cadillac SRX, the Cadillac of crossovers. David Eckstein takes it up high, and as we talked about how tough Latos is in giving up base hits, how about Cecil? The batting average against him is .206, lowest in the American League. What kind of stuff does he have?
Oh, some great numbers. And he throws a fastball, a changeup, a slider, and a curve. He'll get up there about 93 miles an hour.
That ball lined down the left field line, but hooking just foul. Just into that stairway along the foul line, 10 feet off fair territory. X9 checking in at 282, and the leader in doubles, 17 for San Diego. That one into the Blue Jay nest. Yeah, those Blue Jays can squawk. You know that growing up in the Midwest.
Yeah, absolutely.
They can make some noise. By the mound, shortstop Gonzalez is there. One away. And here is the San Diego Padre lineup brought to you by Alpine Rock and Block. Start your next backyard project with Alpine Rock and Block. X9 Headley Gonzalez with Scott Hairston hitting cleanup. Nick Hundley, Chris DeNorfia in center field. Jerry Hairston batting seventh. Aaron Cunningham in the eighth spot. And the pitcher Latos batting right-handed. Headley trying to move up the statistical ladder. He's hitting only .211 from the right side.
It's kind of tough when there's a lot of, when you see starting rotations and not a lot of left-handers out there, and then you turn around to the right side, it's kind of foreign.
There's a shot down the left field line, only 3 feet foul. And Headley didn't run out of the batter's box. That was close.
Yeah, that was close. You got to bust your tail out of that box. Let the umpire make the call. You might be standing on second base.
That's a good point. That there aren't that many left-handers that force him to hit from the right side. But we have been in a run of those the last week. It's 4 in a row. The last 2 games in New York. The first 2 over the weekend with Seattle. Now another tonight. Last year, former University of Maryland star Brett Cecil, a fine 7-4 record as a rookie. Swing and a miss. Changeup. That's the pitch that's been getting Chase Headley.
Well, we saw Markham last night. Good stuff from the right side. Sinker slider changeups. And now Cecil with the fastball. And over the top changeup. You see the bottom drop out of that one. And the swing from Chase Headley tells it all way out in front.
Adrian Gonzalez, last 12 games hitting .417, a half dozen home runs, averaged just 5 ticks under 300, nearly 400 on base percentage. As he has walked more than any Padre, 40 times this year. Bad news for Gonzalez and anyone that goes up there hitting left-handed against Cecil. He's allowing a batting average of 145 to lefties.
Boy, this guy's arm action, Cecil's arm action, is like a catapult. He comes out of his arm. He keeps that arm extended. It's almost like a cricket thrower. He really comes out of the glove. Big arm swing all the way through.
To Hopper, conveniently to Aaron Hill. And Cecil, like Latos, works a perfect first inning. And we're underway here at Petco. No score. And a reminder this Sunday, Father's Day, Padres and Orioles. 105, you kids 14 and younger will receive a Padres glove presented by Scripps. And stay after the game, play catch on the field. Get your tickets tonight at Padres.com. Center fielder Vernon Wells leads off the second, and he hammers one to center field right at Denorfia.
You got a man there.
Hit on the nose by Vernon Wells. They're going after that first pitch tonight. And here's the Padres defensive lineup, brought to you by Tiger Turf, the world's best-selling synthetic turf. Tiger up your lawn. Visit mytigerturf.com tonight. There they are, Headley, Hairston, Eckstein, Gonzalez, with Scott Hairston, Denorfia, Cunningham in the outfield, Latos, and Hundley behind the plate. Strike to start Alex Gonzalez, a .270 average with 13 home runs. In terms of power, the top shortstop in baseball.
That last pitch from Matt Latos really tells you a lot. Early in the game, not afraid to announce his presence of authority with that 94-mile-an-hour fastball on the inside part of the plate. Slider away. This is the pitch I'm talking about, Dick. How many guys, 22 years old, have the confidence to come into a guy like Gonzalez who can put the ball in the ballpark? You know, you've got to believe in your stuff. You've got to believe in yourself that you can get it in there, and that's exactly what Matty did that previous pitch.
Gonzalez, who leads all shortstops with 32 extra base hits. Swing and a miss. That fastball blown by him. Second strikeout for Latos. Brings up first baseman Lyle Overbay.
This is the old Linda Ronstadt fastball. That ball is blue by you, Alex Gonzalez.
I love it when you talk Cajun. Who by you? Is there something like that? Huh?
You're right on.
No, I'm not. Overbay, couple of sharp singles last night. Good looking batter. Out of Centralia, Washington, and the University of Nevada.
Buddy Black said before the game, there's a nice field in Centralia. Oh, you know, familiar with the Northwest? It's great. Buddy has these little nuggets growing up there.
Longview, Washington, is where he went to high school. 1-1.
There's the old left-hander.
He's very proud. You know, went up to see his daughter, older daughter, graduate from Oregon State, and his other daughter is going through orientation at the University of Maryland as we speak, and she's a fine gymnast.
Wow, the Terrapins, huh?
Uh-huh.
That's great.
Spreading the wealth, Oregon to Maryland. 2 balls and a strike. And that will become a souvenir. Someone way up there.
You know, Matt, this early on in the ball game, he looks free and easy. No hitches in the delivery. And we should keep an eye on this as well. Remember about 5 starts ago, Darren Balsley told me how Matt kind of spikes the ball out of his glove with his arm. He's kind of violent out of his glove. Let's see if he's a little bit smoother out of the glove. Yes, he is.
Swept to second. Eckstein with the easy play. And it's another 1-2-3 inning for Matt Latos. Coming up, Hairston, Hundley, and Denorfia. Coming up this Saturday, Padres take on the Orioles, 5:35. First 25,000 of you will take home a Kyle Blanks bobblehead presented by Bank of America. Get your tickets at Padres.com and save. That's the third of the bobblehead series. Eckstein Headley and now Kyle Blanks, who has gone from Lake Elsinore up to Portland in the Pacific Coast League as he continues his rehab. 1 for 3 last night with the Beavers. Scott Hairston, 224 is average. Second to Gonzalez in home runs with 7. These two young pitchers look on the mark.
Oh, yeah.
To start the game.
How about Cecil breaking out the changeup early on in the ball game? Spotting the fastball, throwing the changeup. He goes from the third base side of the rubber.
Down low with another changeup.
Boy, 7-2 record. How about the hits to innings pitched? 48 hits and now 65 in the third innings pitched. That's impressive.
How's the walk to innings pitch look?
And that's another impressive thing as well. Only 16 free passes in 65 plus innings. I think that's pretty darn good.
2-2 the count. Foul territory. Overbay comes over, leans in and goes in. Doesn't get the ball. That is an Overbay when you go in like that.
You know, great minds think alike, because I was thinking the exact same thing.
I'm not sure how great that is.
He gets there as quickly as he can, and the Friar gets his big head in the way. Maybe a distraction for Overbay. How can that chrome dome not be a distraction to anybody wearing a glove and looking into the stands? So,
Great
another
effort.
Yeah.
2-2. Back he comes. This one in play at the right fielder, Bautista. 4 in a row now for Brett Cecil. And a check of the Blue Jay defense. It's brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. Encarnacion at third. Gonzalez, Hill, and Overbay around the infield. Lind in left. Wells patrols center. Bautista, we just saw him in right. That man, John Buck, of 2 home runs last night behind the plate, and young Brett Cecil on the mound.
Third fewest errors in the American League for the Jays with 31.
Gonzalez committed one last night that cost an unearned run, but Padres unable to take advantage of a bases loaded, no one out situation. Got only 1 run out of that 7th inning. Hundley, 1-1.
You know, I was talking to Rance Mulliniks, one of the great baseball names of all time, as far as I'm concerned. He does the color for the TV. He said Cecil's got one of those fastballs that kind of sneak up on you. He's got the nice fluid motion, that smooth arm action, and then bang, it's up on you.
That one clips back into the box seat area.
Brett Cecil and Kevin Gregg probably see the same optometrist, huh? Wearing the same style glasses as the Jays closer.
Remember how unusual that was when you were young to see any baseball player wearing glasses? And Ryan Duran was one of the first I remember wearing glasses, and it was part of an act that he couldn't see at all, couldn't see the batter, and he's throwing 100 miles an hour.
I remember hearing about him.
Low and away, and the first full count facing Brett Cecil. And he'd come in almost invariably to warm up out of the bullpen. The first pitch would go all the way to the screen. Yeah.
Right.
He said, oh, it's down there, lower. Okay. Full count. That ball hit well to left center field. It's up the gap. How far is it going to go? Off the wall. Hundley will try for 3. No, he's going to have to hold up at second. Just missed a home run. It would have been his 5th of the year. First hit of the game is of Blue Jay proportions. A long double by Hundley.
Well, he worked the count. It was a full count, and Cecil tries to bury a fastball in the inner half. Watch Nick get his hands through. Bad head out in front, and hey, $5 footlongs at Subway, by the way. The buffalo chicken, whatever, blazing buffalo chicken, $5. Thanks for reminding us, Nick. That's a good at-bat.
Right down at the bottom of the 401 sign out in left center field. Pick the tough part of the yard to hit it out. See if the Padres can pick up an early run here in the second. Chris DeNorfia at 2:57, looking for his 10th RBI, with Jerry Hairston to follow.
You know, there are certain balls when they are off the bat, and I know it's tough to hit one out here in the gaps, but I thought that ball had a legitimate chance just because of the sound of the ball off the bat. But Nick will take the double.
It was almost into the Padre bullpen. Working from the stretch for the first time. He misses with a changeup, 2-0. They played DeNorfia straight up, infield and outfield. Inside, 3-0. Ball 4-pitch walk. Out of character for Brett Cecil. So first and second, one out to Jerry Hairston. Hairston with his 4th home run last night.
You know, I talked to Jerry before the game. Remember the ball he swung at with the bases loaded and he popped up? He said, first of all, he had a great swing on it, but the ball was just maybe a couple of inches too high. Couldn't get that top hand on top of it. He just missed that baseball, he said.
Grand slam possibility that would have really rallied the Padres late against Toronto. Not to beat. He takes a strike.
Oh, it's churro night here at the ballpark. Cuteness sighting. Enjoy.
That might be the first of many. One strike to Hairston. Runners at first and second. One out here in the second. Up the middle. Ground ball. Is it going to go through? No. Smothering stop by the second baseman, Aaron Hill, and the bases are loaded. The pitcher Cecil might have gotten just enough of that to keep it out of center field. An infield hit for Hairston to load the bases.
As soon as this ball was struck, I thought for sure it was ticketed for center field. Now, Cecil,
no,
you know what?
Didn't touch it.
Yeah.
It hits the base. Nice play by the second baseman Hill. That saved a run. And he alertly was hoping somebody might take a big turn, Hundley, and you could see Hoffman saying, no, 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 stay right there.
Yeah, he didn't want him to overrun the bag and have Hill throw behind the runner at third base to get him. So nice play by Glenn Hoffman, the third base coach.
What a spot for young Aaron Cunningham. Bases loaded as he makes his first start as a Padre. Young guy out of Port Orchard, Washington High School. 5 years in the minor leagues. He hit 300 every year. That's what attracted the Padres to include him with Scott Hairston in the trade that sent Kevin Kuzman off to the A's. Play at every base. They're back in the infield. That ball hit the center field and hit well. Back goes Wells. Way back. Way back. And this one is gone. A grand slam home run by Cunningham in his first start as a Padre. My, oh, my. Touch them all, kid. Nothing San Diego as the Padre faithful welcome Aaron Cunningham to the flock.
Looked like an off-speed pitch as well. Cunningham keeps the hands back. Sends it right at the center of the diamond, and that's what Bud Black said a couple days ago. The kid's got a little pop in his bat. Happy days for Cunningham. Good-looking swing. That is a strong kid there because that wasn't his best swing. He caught it out in front a little bit.
Latos inspired by the home run, going for a long ball himself.
That's great.
What a thrill. He's pinch hit twice, 0 for 2, his first start. And he catapults one over the center field fence for a big 4.
You know, we all know Aaron Cunningham obviously excited right now, but it's nice to see the people surrounding Cunningham when he went into the dugout. Did you see the big smile on Buddy Black's face? He was like a proud papa.
Swing and a miss by Latos, and that's the second out. So the double by Hundley got it started. The walk to Denorfia. Hairston with the infield hit, and Aaron Cunningham unloads. That's a good first name for a man who hits a grand slam home run, Aaron. Nice to get 4 runs on one swing. Take that. There's 2 kids that were teammates up at Portland with the Beavers at the start of the year. In the same outfield, Denorfia and Cunningham.
He had one of the better springs this year in Peoria for San Diego.
He did. We mentioned in his 5 minor league seasons, hitting 300 every year, that Cunningham, well, actually, if you add up all his minor league years, he hit 309, 60 home runs, and 80 stolen bases. So he's got some power, and certainly we saw in spring training some speed. Well, Lato's happiest of all. And the count runs to 3-0 to David Eckstein. 404 feet the home run measured. So that just cleared the center field wall by about 8 feet. Up high, ball 4. Another 4-pitch walk. That cost Brett Cecil earlier as he put Denorfia on with a 4-pitch walk. 8th man to bat in the inning is Chase Headley.
Well, 4 runs for the Blue Jays last night in the second inning, and thanks to Aaron Cunningham, a 4 spot so far here for the Padres in the second inning. His heart has just got to be pumping through that jersey, huh?
You bet.
Good for him.
Bruce Walton, the pitching coach, out to talk with his young left-hander. No relation to the Waltons of San Diego. They have a Bruce as well.
Yeah.
UCLA footballer, Dallas Cowboy, brother of Bill. Headley struck out on a changeup first time up. Outside and low.
You know, Dick, speaking of the changeup from Cecil, I believe the home run off the bat of Cunningham was a changeup, and it was down. To hit a ball like that, the way he hit it, you've got to be some kind of strong, because usually it's the fastball that supplies the power. Guy stays back, bat squares up. Cunningham showed us something there.
It's the first grand slam young Cecil has allowed in his career, his 23rd home run coughed up. And our 4th grand slam of 2010 for the Padres. Two and one.
Here's that changeup. We're going to take a look at it again. Oh yeah, you can see it out of the hand, and then man, that's strong. That's mostly upper body and hands and arms coming through to connect on that pitch.
On the outside corner, 2-2. Well, you can see why Aaron Cunningham was a key part of the package, along with Scott Hairston coming here. You know, he had that reputation. Now 24, or 300 hitter as he moved up the minor league level. He had a couple of cups of coffee with the Oakland A's. Didn't do much, but boy, is that a good sign to get a big swing from one of the young players.
And this is off a pitcher who's having a darn good year.
He had allowed 4 runs in the previous 30 innings, and he allows 4 here in the second.
Yep.
Eckstein with 2 outs at first base with a walk. 2-2 now to Headley. And he fouls another. A lot of pitches for the southpaw of the Blue Jays. He's up to 47. Looks as if the Dodgers and Cincinnati rained out. The Dodgers led 3-0 in the top of the 5th, and a tremendous storm coming through Cincinnati. And another foul. I guess the scoreboard just has an R as if it was rained out, but apparently they're still in about a 2-hour delay.
Yeah, according to MLB.com, they are 4 full innings in the books. The Dodgers scored 3 in the top of the 1st, and that's it. They are in a delay.
Ground ball toward the hole. To the left goes Encarnacion, and he gets the out the short way, but thanks to Aaron Cunningham's first home run as a Padre, a grand salami. It's 4-0. Top of the 3rd we go. Latos with a 4-0 lead faces John Buck. Big catcher with the home run lined into the left field corner just under the 336 sign, and then a blast to right. Very impressive, going the opposite way and deep. 11 home runs on the year now for the former Kansas City Royal. Talking with Buck Martinez, former manager of the Blue Jays, now their television announcer, and they said at Kansas City they wanted him to be an average hitter, that he wanted him to cut down on his big swing. Now, if you have a catcher, you want him to be a damage hitter, and he has become that with Toronto. Ripped to third. What a stop by Headley! Across for the out. Oh my! Grand slam home run one moment, and then Headley with a spectacular steal the next.
Oh, what a great play. Plenty of time to get up to his feet and fire across the diamond. Just great reaction by Chase Headley. Oh, he snares that one. The ball looks like it came up on him a little bit. A Gold Glove play. Matt Latos is saying thank you.
Boy, did he steal a base hit from Buck.
This happened so quickly. Oh. You know what? He's not Mikhail Baryshnikov over there, but he's getting the job done. He's playing a solid third base, folks.
Oh, since the first 10 days of the season when he had 3 or 4 errors, he's been as good as anyone. You can't ask for a better play at third. There's a chopper up the middle. Shortstop Hairston on the run. 2 away.
Everybody talks about pitching for the Padres, and rightfully so. 3.01 ERA going into today's game, the best in all of Major League Baseball, but it's been the defense that has helped this team shine and putting this team where they are now in the standings.
Pitcher Brett Cecil, his first at bat this year. Hits from the right side.
How about a quick uno dos adios right here to Cecil to send him back out on that hill.
When you have a talent like this, Southpaw Cecil, it concerns you that he wants to bat right-handed. Yeah. He's got that pitching shoulder aimed at the opposing hurler. 0-2 pitches just out of the strike zone.
98 on the gun for Matt Latos.
It's just to show the opposing pitcher, here's my stuff. And it's right down the middle, strike 3. The third strikeout for Matt Latos. He's retired the first 9. Blue Jays in order. It's a 4-0 Padre lead. Offers on a brand new Honda Accord and Cox high-speed internet. Ready for higher speed? Well, then go to Cox.com. 4-0 San Diego. Adrian Gonzalez will lead it off in the bottom of the third with Scott Hairston and Nick Hundley to follow.
Hey, some National League news within the division, Dick. The Los Angeles Dodgers place Chad Billingsley on the DL with a groin injury, so he's going to be out for a while.
One of their top pitchers in the rotation. Yeah, he had trouble over the weekend. Got knocked around and obviously not 100%. Gonzalez grounded to second his first time up. The Blue Jays do not use that dramatic shift. They keep the shortstop Gonzalez well over on the left side of the infield. All 4 men, though, very deep at their positions. And strike with a fastball. Gonzalez, of course, with less than average speed, so they can afford to play deep. Fouls this one out of play.
Well, they made Cecil work last inning. 35 pitches in the second inning from the left-hander.
Part of it is own undoing. He walked 2 men on 8 pitches.
You know, we just saw that shot of Cito Gaston in the dugout. He looks great, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it looks like he was, managing the Jays back in the day when they won the World Series.
66 years young.
Looks great.
Ground ball right side, Overbay. The opposite number for the Blue Jays, and to the pitcher for the putout, 3-1. Cito, of course, on the original Padre team in '69. Let's go back and take a look at him in action.
Oh, nice. Hey, remember, that's when you had to hit it up and over the concrete wall and the railing at then San Diego Stadium. There was no inner wall.
Came to the Padres in 1969 in the expansion draft. He was the 30th pick from Atlanta. 6 years here in San Diego. His best year was the next year, 1970. He hit .318 with 29 home runs, 93 runs batted in, made the All-Star team.
Hey, one of my favorite people of all time, Bob Chandler, paid us a visit before the game, and he said, remember that game Clay Kirby had a no-hitter going in 1970? Bottom of the 8th, Cito pinched hit for Clay Kirby. He had a no-hitter going. Well, Preston Gomez wanted to try to win the game.
Hardly a romantic.
And everybody was booing because they wanted Kirby to go out and hit, and then, you know, they ended up losing that game 1-0 against the Mets.
Oh, so it was a scoreless tie at the time. Foul back.
And then Steve Arlen, since we're on the subject of no-hitters, 8 2/3 of no-hit baseball. They brought the third baseman in on the grass a little bit, and it was a chopper over the third baseman's head to spoil the no-no.
2 balls, 2 strikes, way out of the strike zone with that changeup or curveball that didn't curve. Cito quietly studying the situation. There's talk around Toronto that this might be his last year by his own choice. Hairston hits one up the alley in right center field. Over to try to cut it off is Bautista. Here comes a throw to second base, and in with a double is Hairston. Well, that's how the last inning started with 1 out. It was Hundley with a double off the base of the fence in deep left center, and then the table was set for Aaron Cunningham and the grand slam homer.
How many times do we see Scott Hairston go the opposite way with some authority? I mean, usually it's a fly ball to right or right center. It looked like he had that in mind on that pitch from Cecil to stay on it, inside out it, and smoke that ball to right center field for the double.
And he was thinking double right out of the batter's box. Hundley with that long double, his first time up, and scored on Cunningham's home run.
Because Scotty also likes to turn on those pitches as well and trying to yank him down the left field line. Good hitting by Scott Hairston.
To right field and drops for a base hit. Good bluff by Bautista, and Hairston had to hold to make sure the ball was not caught and advances to third. So Hundley able to drop a single softly into right field. First and third, 1 out.
Good call as Bautista out in right field raises the glove, giving the look to Nick Hundley like, okay, I've got a beat on this one. You're going to have to go back and tag. If Nick is off and running that ball, he obviously scores on that one, but he's got to wait back. Hairston has to wait and see if that ball is caught. Once again, Hundley going the opposite way. Some good hitting this last 2 Padre hitters.
DeNorfia walked on 4 pitches and scored on Cunningham's home run. A chance to pick up some more here. A foul tip, and that one took a bite out of John Buck.
Looked like it got the inner thigh of Buck.
You know, if you could go back in yesteryear and find a pitcher for John Buck, how about Bob Moose and John Buck as a batter?
Oh, that's some serious antlers working for you right there, huh?
Or maybe Rob Deere could be in the outfield.
Rob Deere. That's an old teammate of mine.
Well, that was a Buck shot for the catcher. Strike, 90 miles an hour right in there for DeNorfia. Infield is back. They're conceding a run for a chance at a double play to end the inning. Against this power-laden Toronto lineup, can't get too many runs. That ball hit in the air. Appears to be deep enough. Lind makes the catch. Tagged by Hairston. Here comes the throw. Cut off, and it's 5-0. DeNorfia with his 10th RBI of the season. Harrison comes in, holding at first. Nick Hundley.
I thought maybe that there was going to be a play at the plate, but the Blue Jays cutting off that throw, making Hundley stay at first base. You go the short way to get out of the inning. You don't want that runner to get to second base in the event of a 2-out knock. That's another run.
Latos enjoying the action here. And how about the two former Portland teammates there? Each contributing tonight. A 4-run grand slam blast, and there goes the runner before the pitch was made. And the tag of Nick Hundley. He guessed wrong, went on what he thought was going to be the first move and gets picked off. But the Padres do come up with a bonus run on a couple of hits. The double by Hairston, single Hundley, DeNorfia sacrifice fly. 5-0. As they lead Toronto, and High Definition is brought to you by Irving Hughes. Life is a lease. Negotiate well. Matt Latos to face the top of the batting order. Jose Bautista, Aaron Hill, then Adam Lind here in the 4th inning.
I think one of the other things that Matt Latos has learned in this short time is that even though it's 5-0, he's going to pitch like it's 0-0 and go right after these Jays hitters with his best stuff.
Bautista fly to right his first time up and takes the slider on the outside corner. Minnesota has defeated Colorado tonight up in the Twin Cities 9-3. And then he comes back inside. So the slider on the outside corner, the fastball on the inside edge.
At 95. Try catching up to that after soft away and then hard stuff on the inside corner. Midnight Cowboys locked in.
Ooh, curveball just missed.
How about these numbers? I was reading in the stat pack here. Matt Latos 4-0 this year with the Padres, going 5-1 when he receives 3 or more runs of support.
That ball hit high in the air. If it comes down, Hairston wants it. In foul territory. Ten straight for Latos, and Aaron Hill steps in. He flied to right in the 1st inning. Well, day game tomorrow, fans, 3:35. No television, so we invite you to join our pals over on 1090 radio as Kevin Correa will hook up with Ricky Romero. 5-3 Romero. Local collegiate product. Check swing. Did not go. Romero, another left-hander, starred over at with the Titans at Cal State Fullerton. He was on their national championship team in 2004. Well, the full variety of his pitches, Latos is showing to almost every batter. Slider, curveball there, fastball. Hasn't really thrown a change yet. 95, and it's so effortless.
Free and easy. Free and easy right-hander.
First time he's fallen behind a hitter. Now 3-1. High in the air and hit well. Center fielder Denorfia with a beat on it. Just missed that one, Aaron Hill. Couple of fly ball outs off the bat of Hill, and that brings up left fielder Adam Lind. Lind struck out swinging, one of 3 strikeouts for Latos in the game.
You know, I interviewed Matt yesterday for the Downtown Baseball Experience that airs on Channel 4. We talk about promotions and feature certain players. The answers that came out of this kid's mouth were very impressive. He has matured so much. And a lot has to be said about who he is surrounded by. John Garland.
Absolutely. Stop right there. What an influence. And he's been smart enough to pick the veteran's mind. And Garland's taken him under his wing. Fly ball slicing into the left field corner, and it is a fair ball. Just fair. And into second base with a stand-up double, and the first Toronto hit is Adam Lind. Just did connect with fair territory in the corner. That's a part of the property here that from our broadcast booth you cannot see. Let's see how close that ball was. The way it was slicing, I thought it would go foul, didn't you?
I did.
About a foot fair.
I thought it was going to go foul because off the left-handed bat. That was a backdoor slider that Matt tried to throw him.
So 11 straight retired by Latos until that double by Lind brings up Vernon Wells, line to center, and hit it right on the screws his first time up. Right to center fielder Denorfia. And that ball gets away from Hundley. That'll be a pass ball.
Let's check. Looks like a curveball. Oh, yeah, that's a catchable ball for Nick, and Nick knows it.
Didn't get the glove down. He tried to backhand it. So 2 outs and Lind at third. Pretty good looking slider.
I tell you what, that slider has got some serious tilt to it at 88 miles an hour.
With that center field camera showcasing the variety of his pitches. How about that fastball? Pounds it in at 96.
And you know what? That's not where he wanted it. He wanted it inside. Hundley was set up inside, but still effective throwing the heater, catching the outside corner. When you throw hard like that, you'll be able to get away with some pitches once in a while.
1-2. Oh! That one at 97 got away, and it clipped Wells. Not too happy about being hit by the pitch, nor is Latos to lose him. He had him at 1-2. And here comes Darren Bowlesley out to talk to him.
He wanted to go inside because Hundley was set up there to try to bury it. And sometimes, hey, you know what? Sometimes one gets away from you. That might work to the advantage of Matt Latos. It has just clips the jersey of Vernon Wells. And you know what I think this is? It's just a little visit. You can see Matt kind of shaking his head a little bit. Just kind of regroup. Hey, you're throwing the ball well. Don't try to change anything. It's part of the game. Guy can't get out of the way. Guy can't get out of the way. Nothing you can do about it.
Wasn't that far inside.
Yeah.
The big question here, and what happened to Latos early in the year, he'd get upset with himself and he tried to throw the ball through the brick wall.
Exactly.
And here you got a guy with 13 home runs, one swing, and it's a 5-3 game. Fastball outside.
I think Matt Latos is also blessed with having a pitching coach by the name of Darren Bowlesley. I know I mentioned John Garland before, but Matt Latos is just soaking it in. He is just on the right track.
Popped up, but it'll be out of play. Gonzalez struck out his first time. 2-out double by Lynn, moved to third on a pass ball. Wells hit by a 1-2 pitch. So first and third with 2 outs and a 1-1 pitch coming up. Fastball just did hit the knees on the outside corner. Well placed.
That is some unbelievable control. This ball come back a little bit. Let's see if this ball comes back just a little bit. Oh yeah, you betcha. Get that outside corner.
Did he go? Apparently not.
No appeal.
Tried to get him to chase that breaking ball in the dirt. So big pitch here. 2-2 with 2 on, 2 out.
Well, he buried a curveball that last pitch. Let's see what Nick puts down. Slider, fastball away, fastball away.
That one bounces out of the upper deck and cascades all the way down into the lower deck, where a fan from Lake Hodges caught it cleanly.
Slider. Keep it down.
He didn't. A base hit to center field will score the first run for Toronto. It's 5-1 as Gonzalez stays with it. A good at bat. Knocks in his 37th run of the year. All with 2 outs after Latos had retired 11 straight to start the game.
You know, the pitch before that slider was a fastball up and away, and Gonzalez could not keep, he couldn't catch up to it. Now, this is a slider that speeds up his bat, and it's high in the zone, enabling him to just spank it out in the center field for the base knock. I think Matt probably knows this too. He probably could have thrown him another fastball and probably put him away. We'll never know, but he's got to keep that slider down.
Another shot to left field, and here comes Wells around third. Here comes a throw to the plate, cut off. Headley not in time as Hairston came over to handle the tag. It's 5-2 as Overbay goes the other way and knocks in his 28th run of the season. So here come the Blue Jays. 4 straight men reaching safely, doubled by Lind. The hit batsman really critical in the inning. Wells now has come around to score. First and third with 2 out.
Well, that pitch was down. Pitch was down around the knees and sneaking up from behind, just gets in there safely. Oh, it can happen so quickly, can it?
Mm-hmm. That's why that run in the last of the third. You know, they had a chance for run. They did pick it up on the sacrifice fly by Nordorfia, their 5th run. So 5-2 now. And John Buck, with 2 home runs last night, represents the tying run here in the 4th inning. Oh, what do you think he was after on that swing?
Yeah. 96. That'll rattle your antlers.
He is a big buck, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Out of play, off to the right. So 2 strikes as Latos jumps in front of this power hitting catcher. Hit his 10th and 11th homers last night.
I'd be a betting man that Buck could not hit a good fastball in on the fist for a strike up around where it says Jays right there. A lot of power hitters will fish after that pitch. They like to pitch up. And at 95, 96, good luck.
You just don't want to leak it out over the plate.
Look at Hundley. There it is.
Two runs for Toronto here in the top of the 4th. And runners at the corners with the count 2 strikes on catcher John Buck. He was robbed of a hit. Remember that diving play by Headley at third, his first time up. Another pop foul out of play. Out of the mezzanine down into the box seats. Both of Buck's home runs last night were on 3-2 pitches. Worked the count as he is now, fouling off a lot of pitches. He's still down 2 strikes here. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with a curveball. And that's it for Toronto in the 4th. But productive for the Jays. They get 2 runs on 3 hits and leave 2. Our game in Anaheim. You'll receive 20% off or a 2-for-1 Padre ticket deal when you vote online at least 25 times at Padres.com. Vote early, vote often for your Padres at Padres.com. Matt Lato shaking his head, disappointed in Bud Black in full counsel. Look at him, right into the eyes of the young pitcher. What are you talking about here, young man?
Oh, Buddy's great at that.
Isn't he, though?
A great listener and all around, the whole package.
Puts a positive spin on everything.
Yes, he does.
And if he doesn't have it here, he lets him talk it out. You know, what are you feeling? Why did did you do something that you'd like to change?
You know what's unique about Buddy? He encourages, like if somebody second guesses him on the bench, like maybe a player, he encourages his players to come up, ask me. If you want to learn something, what I'm thinking, ask me.
1-1 to Jerry Hairston, and he goes around, says first base umpire Jeff Nelson. Bud Black did not agree. Come on, he says.
Oh, I think he went. That's just my opinion.
Would that have been a double or just a
maybe
blip
a double in the gap? But Buddy says, if you think maybe you should be playing, come and talk to me. If you think you should be pinch hitting here, come and talk to me. Even if it doesn't concern you, my strategy, ask me.
2-2 to Jerry Hairston, who singled it back in the second inning in front of Aaron Cunningham's grand slam. Cunningham's on deck.
Unlike a guy probably by the name of Dick Williams, he'd probably tell you to go take a flying hike. Nothing against Dick Williams, a great manager, but just different styles.
There's a line drive to Overbay. Hairston out. Couldn't quite find the gap between first and second. And Aaron Cunningham gets a hand as he's introduced. First start as a Padre. And doesn't that look sweet? Grand slam home run. First hit as a Padre. And he hits this one well to right center field. Wells trying to chase it down, and it bounces over the fence for a ground rule double. How's that for a night? Cunningham, grand slam and a double, and just misses another home run.
You know what stinks about that? If that ball stays in, that's a triple. Probably. Because Cunningham has decent speed. We saw the pop earlier in the game, and now going to the second base side, the right center field gap, off the track, over into the sandbox. Hey, the double's sweet. But that would have been a triple.
Number 56.
She's at the 10, the
Sean.
5. She had that thing cradled, didn't she?
And for going back to your point, and it's an excellent point, that with one out, you got to be thinking triple on that ball to get there at third where you can score in an out. Lato's trying to help himself out. 1 strike the count. Matt has 4 hits this year, a couple of RBIs. Didn't he knock in the only run in that 1-0 win up at San Francisco?
I think he did.
The one hitter. Sawatsky, I think, had doubled.
Yep.
No, couldn't have doubled because it was
right.
Chop toward third, foul.
That afternoon was the Matt Latos show.
Yep, Latos Sawatsky had doubled with 2 outs in the 5th inning, and Latos a single to right, knocked in the run. He went on to pitch that one hitter, an infield hit. Strikes out here for the second out. Third strikeout for Brett Cecil. And with 2 outs, it's up to Eckstein. He has grounded to short and walked. Cunningham with his lead at second, 2 outs. (5-2). Padres with a chance to get one of those runs back. Change up upstairs, 2-0. Foul ball. Encarnacion wrenching off third, but the ball about 3 feet foul.
Boy, they're really playing Eckstein shallow. You know, generally speaking, teams do that in center field. Wells, Bautista, and right. We've seen David Eckstein, sneak up on a fastball and split that gap nicely.
And on a base hit here, even though they're shallow, with 2 outs, Cunningham's going to be running all the way.
Yeah.
It'd be tough to throw him out. 3-1. Now the Padres, and again, it's their resiliency. Only once all year, they've lost 3 in a row. Never fallen into a real losing streak like so many teams, good ones as well, or want to do. 3-1. Ripped right at the third baseman. Throw across is in time. Eckstein hit it hard, but right to Encarnacion. So a 1-out double wasted. It's 5-2 after 4.
Mid-game recap brought to you by Murray Lamper Construction. Hey, check out their new and improved website at murraylamper.com to see photo galleries, remodeling tips.
Ooh, just missed a double.
A nice play right there. Photo galleries, remodeling tips. Hey, meet the team and schedule a no-obligation in-home design accurate quote. Dick?
I hate it when you're interrupted like that.
I
what
apologize.
kind of timing does...
Encarnacion?
Yeah, what kind of timing is that?
How rude of him.
Yeah. 1-1. Toronto third baseman, 202 average on the season. He grounded to short his first time up. Came over to Toronto in the Scott Rowland trade with Cincinnati. That'll be out of the reach of Gonzalez. Encarnacion, and then the pitcher Cecil and Bautista against Latos, who's now thrown 61 pitches. Here in the fifth, 5-2. The Padres lead it. The big blow, if you're just joining us. Young Aaron Cunningham up from Portland, a grand slammer tonight, along with a double. That ball hit hard at the center fielder. Denorfia with a nice catch as he goes tumbling in left center field. Denorfia robbing Encarnacion of a base hit, maybe extra bases. That gets by him, and that could have been a serious extra base hit, a la Tony Gwynn on Sunday, an inside the park home run, perhaps.
Absolutely. A great grab. Nice tuck and roll by Chris. Some huge plays tonight. Headley at third. Denorfia in center.
The pitcher Cecil struck out on a called third strike. Takes strike one. Headley diving into the hole to rob John Buck of a base hit. And now Encarnacion finds the center fielder Denorfia in the way of an extra base hit. 2 strikes now on Cecil. Right down the middle. Number 5 for Matt Latos. Cecil seemed rather uninterested.
You know what? He seemed uninterested in that first at bat. In the third, two times caught looking. I'm just wondering if he doesn't want to swing the bat. You know, sometimes this is maybe a stretch, but we've heard of guys getting hurt by swinging the bat. You know, their oblique or their shoulder or something. Maybe, you know, something's up.
Well, they're not accustomed. They do take batting practice occasionally, but
yeah,
especially before meeting the National League teams in this interleague series. Bautista's fly to right and foul to short. 1 strike pitch. Slider away.
Well, Bob Wersdorfer, Chiron Bob, as he is affectionately known as, does a great job down there. Cecil now 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts.
High in the air again, and once again Bautista just missed it. Scott Hairston, look at the height of that ball. So it's a 1-2-3 inning. The top of the fifth. We're at the halfway mark in this one. 4.5 innings in the book, and the Padres lead the Jays 5-2. Brought to you by Farmers Insurance. To find a Farmers agent, just call 800-FARMERS or visit farmers.com. Because ready feels good. This date, 1938, Johnny Vandermeer pitched his second no-hitter back-to-back. It was the first night game at Ebbets Field in Brooklyn. Vandermeer, who had pitched a no-hitter the week before, backs it up. First time ever, big league history. 2 consecutive no-hitters. And appropriate because we have a left-hander Cecil on the mound tonight. Vandermeer, a southpaw for the Cincinnati Reds. 1 ball and 1 strike. Rip foul. Broken bat.
Oh,
well, that'll give us a chance to visit that historic moment back in 1938. And here he is, the stylish southpaw at Ebbets Field. First time night game in Brooklyn.
I love that.
He had some nice action, didn't he? Huh?
Yes, he did.
Look at this windup.
I love
like
that.
Warren Spahn.
You talk about a guy who utilized his whole delivery and his whole body to get the most out of it. High leg kick, good arm swing. Did you see the photographers on the field?
Oh, yeah, they allowed them. I remember that. Photographers could they position behind first and behind third. There he is, posing after that historic no-hitter. Chase Headley with a count at 2-2. Leading off the 5th. Padres with a 5-2 lead. Adrian Gonzalez and Scott Hairston to follow. Well, last night it was the Blue Jays who lead the majors in extra base hits, who racked up 6 extra base hits, 2 home runs of their 12. Tonight it's the Padres. They have 4 extra base hits, a home run and 3 doubles. Another play for Encarnacion at third and 1 out.
Dick, here are those. Watch these going down the line. Look at the photographers on the field. If you look really closely, the guy on the right is Jimmy G, and the guy on the left is Johnny Bruno. Doing those games back. Our low first and low third cameramen catching them. There they are, and you haven't aged a bit, Johnny.
No.
Boy, what technology has done these days, huh?
Yeah, and cosmetology, too. Just feverishly getting every shot they can.
Jimmy G, the shutterbug.
I mean, think about that. I mean, line drives and all. Yeah, they're down there throwing their body into their work.
Yep.
Gonzalez has grounded out twice. 1 ball and 1 strike. Got a change there. 86 on the pitch count now for the 23-year-old Brett Cecil. Check swing. And he was able to hold back. 3-1.
Might see a changeup here from Cecil, even though it's 3-1. Trying to catch the grip in his glove, but he hides it well. Yep, high changeup at that.
That ball hit to right center, but not hard. It's going to fall for a base hit. And Gonzalez has his first hit. Adrian Gonzalez, by the way, and this shocked me when we really dug deep and went into the statistical tomes, that Gonzalez against left-handed pitching this year is hitting .321. The rest of the major leagues left-handed hitters against left-handed pitchers .242. In this comparison brought to you by the San Diego County Toyota dealers. Isn't that surprising?
And you know what? I'm going to elaborate off that last hit, lefty Cecil to lefty Adrian.
Scott Hairston, that was in on his fist. Didn't quite get around on it, get the barrel end of the bat on it for the second out.
Seems like Adrian does a fine job of fighting off those pitches like that last one, and dumps it into shallow right center, shallow left center field, off the left-handers when they try to come on the inside part of the plate. Now, if it's away, then he'll smoke it that way, but he fights it off just as good as anybody.
I want to thank David Smith for digging out that statistic.
A pitch that's on the inner half of the plate, it's up, and he gets jammed a little bit. It's elevated. All right, David Smith, our friend at Retro Sheet?
Yes.
Nice.
And remember, Cecil this year against lefties have only hit 145 against him. High hopper. That's going to be a very tough play for Cecil. And he gets him. Hundley not able to beat that one out. And a good play by Brett Cecil. Some of the fans not agreeing with the call. Padres come up empty in the fifth. It's still 5-2. Only $8.50. The game starts, as always, 7:05. Get there early, a DJ before the game. Get your tickets at Padres.com/college nights. Your college gang, guys and girls, come out and save some money. Enjoy a big night at the ballpark. Friday night against Baltimore. First pitch is swung on and fouled by Aaron Hill, to be followed by Adam Lind and Vernon Wells here in the top of the sixth inning. Other National League West scores. The Dodgers lead 6-0. They've resumed play in Cincinnati. They're in the sixth. Colorado lost at Minnesota 9-3. High pop-up. Eckstein easing out and waving off the outfielders and makes the play. San Francisco hosting Baltimore, and the Orioles have a 3-1 lead in the fifth inning. And Arizona lost tonight at Boston 6-3.
How about the pop flies this Blue Jay team hits?
They are monstrous.
It is unbelievable. They are hit so high in the air.
And you just straighten those out. Exactly. You know why they lead the majors in home runs with 101.
Absolutely.
Really no one close. The Red Sox trail by 17 homers, and they're in second place. I was looking through the numbers and how many extra base hits they have. Foul back. With 260 extra base hits, they lead the majors. They have more home runs, 101, than the Padres have doubles, 99 going into the game. Padres do have 3 tonight. That one hit well foul down into the right field corner. And this leaderboard brought to you by Los Primos Mexican Food. 18 Southern California locations, home of the Monster Burrito. There it is, the most extra base hits. The Red Sox extra base, not home runs, only 6 behind. Arizona and a distant third in front of Milwaukee and Cincinnati. Yeah, these Jays can be offensive. 1-2. Lind in the fourth inning with 2 outs with that double just in fair territory down the left field corner. Then Wells behind him was hit by a pitch, 1-2, and Gonzalez and Overbay with singles to drive in the 2 runs, all with 2 outs in the 4th.
Looks like Matt Latos is incorporating the curveball 3rd time around in this Blue Jay lineup. He threw a couple to Hill, tried to have Lind just swing at one in the dirt there. There you see the breakdown for Matty.
Over but low with the fastball. 1 out here in the 6th, 3-2 on Adam Lind. He with 8 home runs. Wells on deck with 15. Swinging and a miss, strike 3. Might have got a piece of that. 97 miles an hour and caught by Hundley. Number 6 for Matt Latos.
We've seen it before from Matt Latos later in the ball game, 7th, 8th inning, 97-98, and that is no chance for Lind.
Wells lined sharply to center field and then hit by a pitch and scored in the 4th. Ripped foul. Watch out. That'll take out the back of a seat. That's the way to play it. Let it rattle around,
yeah, exactly,
under the seat, and then hand it off to a younger fan. Wells in the top 5 all-time hits. Doesn't get one there as a vacuum cleaner at 3rd. Chase Headley takes care of it. 1, 2, 3. Toronto goes in the 6th. Bottom half of the inning, Denorfia, Hairston, and Cunningham. Yeah, there's a future member of the Pod Squad. Fan of the Game brought to you by Fan Diego, your energy savings expert. For locations, you visit fandiego.com, and for ceiling fans, you go to Fan Diego. Last of the 6th, Denorfia walked and scored, knocked in a run with a sacrifice fly. So he's not had an official at bat as yet tonight. 1st and 3rd, 1 out in the 3rd inning. He was able to score Hairston from 3rd with his fly out to left. 3-0 as Brett Cecil falls behind with his 95th pitch of the night. Bullpen was busy in the last inning for Toronto. And a high strike.
Well, Cecil averages about 98 pitches per outing. The most that he has thrown this year has been 111.
3-2.
So this may be his last frame.
Denorfia went after ball 4.
There's the breakdown.
2-1. Well, not quite. Strikes the balls. High pop up. Left fielder Lind eases in for the first out, and that brings up shortstop Jerry Hairston. Infield single. Scored a run behind Cunningham's grand slam in the second, and he lined sharply to first baseman Overbay his last time up. Curveball bends in, caught the corner. That one popped up and is going to make it behind the dugout on the third base side. Hairston nailing his fourth home run of the year up into the third tier of the Western Metal Supply Company building yesterday. This one pulled to the left side and scooped nicely by Encarnacion. 2 away, and here's Aaron Cunningham and the cold hard blast. It's brought to you by Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Bases loaded. Cunningham first start as a Padre. Oh, he's going to sleep well tonight. And then he comes back and he rips a double to right center field that one hopped the fence for a ground rule double, and only missed a home run by 10 feet on that blast. A couple of cold hard blasts.
Oh yeah.
Did not go.
Well, thank you. Well, you can see what Cecil's trying to do here. The home run, the grand slam, was a change up down. He went and got it. The double to right center field was an elevated pitch in the zone. Now he's trying to off speed him with something down.
There's the fastball riding in. 1-2 to Cunningham. Matt Latos would be next. 2 outs, no one on here in the 6th. Padres with a 3-run lead. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Breaking ball, curveball down and in. 1-2-3. The story for the Padres in the 6th. On we go to the 7th. 5-2. Blazing buffalo chicken, $5 all day.
Unbelievable.
Every day. Subway. Eat fresh. And by Cox Advanced TV. Ready for more choices?
Absolutely.
Then go to Cox.com.
Nice.
How about the pitching line for Latos? In 5 innings tonight, he's retired the side 1, 2, 3. The only inning where the Blue Jays doing any damage was the 4th, and that was with 2 outs. They put together 4 base runners to score their 2 runs. That one lined down the left field line. Foul ball. And just missing was Alex Gonzalez. He knocked in one of those runs in the 4th with a line drive single. And Overbay on deck singled in the other.
And you know, when you look at that 4th inning, the 4th inning, it was a quick 1-2, right? And then the 2 outs, double, hit batsman, single, single. Even though it was down towards the bottom of the order, you can't lighten up against this lineup.
There's a solid shot to center field for a base hit right on cue as Gonzalez. His other single was in the same direction. Only the 4th Toronto hit tonight. Overbay has one as he singled the other way out of the reach of Jerry Hairston through the hole. Lato's pitch count is very reasonable, only 82.
Yep.
Infield looks for a double play chance. High fly ball slicing toward left fielder Scott Hairston. Again, the ball gets so high in the air.
Yep.
One away, and coming up, the San Diego Hyundai Dealers 7th inning stretch your dollars. Get more MPG and the assurance of America's best warranty. Go to SanDiegoHyundaiDealers.com. Finally out to talk with Latos. 1 out, 1 on. And Luke Gregerson begins his warm-up work. Interesting article on Luke Gregerson in the package. We get a package every day of all the stories written about the Padres. You know, maybe 20 pages of good, interesting work by our friends in the media. Big John Buck swing and a miss. He's robbed of a hit by Headley and struck out. Gregerson, when he was 16 years of age, waiting for the barrier to lift at a railroad track, was rear-ended by somebody driving 40 miles an hour inside, and said, "Oh, I'm okay." The medics arrived. He had a fractured cervical vertebrae in his neck. Missed all of his junior high school season, but it changed his whole baseball career. He was an infielder, outfielder then. Foul back. Still got it going at 94. And he's became a pitcher and started working on different spins and developed that slider that's just devastating to
One of the
hitters.
best.
Some good scouting by the Padres to find him in the St. Louis Cardinal organization. Came here in the Khalil Green trade. That is on the inside corner. Buck called out on strikes. 7 for Matt Latos. Second time that Buck's gone down.
You know what I like about Jeff Kellogg behind the plate? He's calling that legitimate strike right at the belt buckle. That ball is right down the middle, belt buckle high. I know John Buck kind of gave him a look after that. You know that look? But that's a legitimate strike.
Encarnacion has grounded to short and lined to center field. That was Denorfia's excellent play as he raced over and in and made the diving catch. 2 outs here in the 7th. Out of play. 85-mile-an-hour curveball. How were you at expectorating? Were you good at that?
You know what? I probably did it too much, and I'm sure my mom didn't like it.
And she's here today. She was
here
scolding
today.
you. She doesn't forget. They don't forget.
They don't. Mom's always right. Father knows best. And you have to please your parents, right? Or else they'll get the stick out Have you go find a stick, and if it's not big enough, I'll find one for you.
Yeah, we've all heard that one in our day. 1-1. And that one just misses the inside corner to Encarnacion.
You know, baseball is like the only sport. Well, you know, football, they probably do that a lot too. But you talk about spitting on the field all the time. Baseball leads the league and all that.
Oh, yeah. Scratching and spitting. Swing and a miss. Good change up there. He hasn't used that very often.
He's pulling it out at the right time, huh? Third time around to Encarnacion. It was a fastball count, so he pulls the string. A great pitch for Matt Latos.
Yeah, you dare at the All England Club expect a rate on those hallowed lawns.
Yeah. Well, the Queen.
Somebody be knocking on your locker room door.
Hey, how do you prevent a guy? How do you prevent a guy from diving to the outside part of the plate? I don't know if this was with intent. He wants it inside, right? But that'll keep you from diving over that outside part of the plate. That's the way the winder used to do it, right?
You bet. Yeah, that's a little purpose pitch. I'm not trying to hit anybody, but you might hit yourself if you keep putting your head out there. Right? So full count. You don't want to lose. Encarnacion hitting less than 200. And he does. He skips that one in. And so runners at first and second. And that brings up the pitcher's spot. And Fred Lewis, a left-handed batter, is going to pinch hit. He represents the tying run. And that might be the last pitch for Matt Latos. As Hundley goes out to talk with his young pitcher. And it's a testimony to Latos and his command of his stuff. That's his first walk tonight. He did hit a man.
You know, I was going to. Well, Buddy's on his way out. With Fred Lewis coming up off the bench, I would let him face Lewis.
Well, let's see.
Because, you know, he's off the bench. Matty's still throwing 95, 96.
Well, Thatcher's jumped up, the southpaw in the bullpen, the only left-hander that Black has out there, and he's getting ready in a hurry, too. Maybe they'll delay enough. And Latos with a deserved hand. He leaves, allowed 2 runs, only 4 hits, struck out 7. And our pitching change is brought to you by San Diego Harley-Davidson. Always country first. Luke Gregerson comes in. No, it's Thatcher. Ninth inning, but Toronto went on to the 6-3 victory. Trying to get the pinch hitter Fred Lewis out with 2 on and 2 out. And he wheels a strike. Making his 21st game appearance. 13 in the 3rd innings. He's allowed only 6 hits, and 2 of those were last night. 1-1 to Lewis.
Well, this is where relievers really take pride in going out there and leaving the starters, runners stranded. Inherited runners, leave them out there.
Lewis 0 for 3 as a pinch hitter this season. One and two. It's a big out. And he doesn't quite get that curveball to break on the inside corner. So Matt Latos and his counterpart, young Brett Cecil, both out of the game here in the 7th inning. Curveball swung on and missed. Took a little off it. And Thatcher does his job. And Latos now can take a deep breath. Those two runners out there were his. We go to the stretch half of the 7th inning here at Petco's 5-2 San Diego. Cox Kids Foundations will offer free bike helmet giveaway. Kids 12 and under will be fitted for a free bike helmet. Now again, that's at North County Fair this Saturday from noon to 3. Bottom of the 7th inning here at Petco Park. David Percy is the new Toronto pitcher as Brett Cecil goes 6 innings, allows 5 runs, all earned, 7 hits. Cecil with a couple of walks and 4 strikeouts.
Percy, one of the 3 lefties that Cito Gaston has down in that Jays bullpen. Percy throws a fastball, slider, change, and a curve.
Lance Sawatsky, the pinch hitter, and he's first ball swinging and sends one right to Bautista. Had to move 1 step.
Percy, no relation to Percy Faith, was of course the theme from A Summer Place. A great song, a great oldie but a goodie.
Yeah, when I was a disc jockey, you didn't know that, did you?
Oh, I knew that.
I was a disc jockey. Percy Faith, we could only play certain in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. They had a sign over the microphone said no Ray Anthony. That was a little too wild. Really? Our owner went to Hawaii once. We were demanded to play at least one Hawaiian record every hour. They were in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, in the middle of the snow, playing Hawaiian songs. But Percy Faith, that was numero uno.
Oh, yeah, good stuff.
Beautiful. I still think that his Christmas album is the best ever. His beautiful full orchestra Christmas music. David Eckstein, 1-1.
I remember dipping into my mom and dad's vinyl collection that they had. Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass.
Oh, yeah. That'll be out of play. Overbay takes a look, but it's back 3-4 rows. Padres with a 5-2 lead. Joe Thatcher came in to get that man. Fred Lewis, the pinch hitter, to strike out with 2 on. Matt Latos goes 6 2/3, 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 walk, 1 hit batsman. Hit batsman came around to score.
Hey, Aaron Cunningham.
7 strikeouts.
Doing a little homework there, Dick. Looking at strike zones and scouting reports on Percy. Hey, this left-hander can get up there now. 95 on the fastball.
1 ball, 2 strikes. This is only his 5th game this year. Percy just called up. 5 innings, 2 hits, yet to allow a run. Walked 1, struck out a couple. Line drive right at the shortstop. So Eckstein sends a bullet, but right to the glove of the shortstop Gonzalez for the 2nd out. So he's hit the ball hard twice tonight. Last time up, remember, it pulled one sharply the 3rd, but right to Encarnacion.
The opponent's batting average just keeps dipping and dipping off of Percy. The short time that he's been with the Jays, going into this game, opponent's only hitting 125 off the left-hander.
But that's probably why they're studying the scouting report. Just called up, and not much information on him as a major leaguer. There's Ted Simmons going over possibilities with the skipper. Headley has struck out and grounded out twice. 0 for 3 tonight. 2-0. Average dipping down to 271, in part because he's hitting only 211 less than that right-handed. Three and 0. Baltimore maintaining their lead up at San Francisco, adding a run. 4-1 now in the 7th.
Did you see that Dodger score, Dick?
11-0 at Cincinnati. A long night for those two teams. They started at 4 o'clock our time. Here 5 hours later, they're still playing in the 7th inning because of that long rain delay. So the walk to Headley with 2 outs. 7-11 on the board there. Adrian Gonzalez dropped a single into right center field his last time up. 1 for 3, and again he faces a left-hander. Takes it too low. Ball 1. Again, that's such an interesting statistic that he's hitting so well against left-handed pitching, and one wouldn't think that. 321, better than he is against right-handers. There's a strike 1-1, and you take all the other, hitting against the left-handed pitchers, left-handed batter Gonzalez. You take all the other left-handed hitters in the major leagues against all the other left-handed pitchers, and when they have a confrontation, the average is 242. Well, it just another underlines the total importance of this man in that lineup.
Oh, yeah.
He's not. Well, we talk about tough outs, and then you turn around and give it defensive, put that glove on him at first. Complete talent. Good cut there. Still time to cast your ballot for the All-Star team.
Just couldn't get on top of that ball. That ball was elevated up and away. You know, we've seen Adrian, and I mentioned this in the pregame show. The thing that amazes me about him, the pitches over the plate in the zone, yeah, he'll crush them. But I've seen him take pitches 6 inches off the plate. and take it out of the ball yard the opposite way.
Headley, safe lead at first base, 2 outs.
Not really the best move.
But you don't know if that's his best move.
Yeah, you're right. He could be saving it, right?
Headley, who started the season with a flurry of stolen bases, 9, but not any recently. There he goes, and a ground ball pulled right at the first baseman, and the inning is over. Bad direction for Gonzalez, and that's it for the 7th. Padres leave a man on to the 8th, 5-2 San Diego. Reminder, stay tuned for the Saquon Casino postgame show immediately following the game right here on Channel 4 San Diego. Saquon Casino, San Diego's vacation getaway. Mike Adams comes in out of the bullpen. His normal slot, the 8th inning. So with Thatcher pitching the 7th and not Gregerson, we've gone from Gab to Tab.
Very nice.
With Heath Bell ticketed for the 9th inning tonight.
The Gab, the Tab. Hopefully it spells a Padre victory as Mike Adams has a 3-run cushion here in the 8th.
168 batting average against. And he will face the top of the Toronto order. Jose Bautista, fly twice to the outfield, fouled to Hairston in the middle innings. And he has hit some fly balls that they're in the night. You wonder if they're going to come down. Man who shares the home run lead in the major leagues with 18. 45 runs batted in. Batting lead off for Toronto. Nice slider at 89. 1-1.
Oh.
Another slider.
So maybe we should dub Mike Adams as the magician because that slider is disappearing out of the zone. Nice tilt, and Bautista, that front shoulder really flying up open. If he makes contact with that, it's not going anywhere.
That one sails out of play down the right field side. Adams' last outing was on Saturday in the 7-1 victory against Seattle, and came in to work the 8th inning. Did give up a couple of singles, but able to pitch out of it. Tough pitch to take.
Yeah.
2-2.
You're right. This pitch is so close, and maybe the reason Bautista did not swing at it because he knew he couldn't hit it. You know, sometimes hitters react that way.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. And fastball at 94.
Yep.
Adams has his first out, and here's Aaron Hill.
No, the fastball is very impressive, but 94 and locating it where Mike just did is even more impressive than the velocity. Setting him up nicely with a slider down and away. He didn't bite, and then going to that bread and butter pitch that he can locate 9 out of 10 times, 8 out of 10 times. You're going to be successful that way.
Hill, 3 doubles last night, but he's flied twice to the outfield and popped a second tonight. 0 for 3. Takes a strike. Adams with a fresh arm, hitting the 95-mile-an-hour mark with that fastball. And certainly Heath Bell's going to be fresh. He hasn't pitched since New York. He's itching to get in some game duty.
Yeah.
Good slider.
Bounce another one. Slider in the dirt, down and away.
Right back up the middle. Hairston can't get it. Wouldn't have thrown him out anyway. Base hit for Aaron Hill. Only the 5th hit for Toronto tonight. With 1 out, it brings up Adam Lind.
I really thought that Mike Adams was going to put a wrinkle in one, but it was a fastball about thigh high and just over the second base bag. And you're right. I don't think, if Jerry catches that one cleanly, I don't know if they get him at first base.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
That had great direction as Adams fell off the mound. The ball was hit right over the rubber, right over second base. Now the first hit tonight for Hill, and here's Lind. Struck out, doubled into the left field corner, and scored in the 4th inning. The 2 runs scored by the Blue Jays in that 4th with 2 outs, and then he struck out. I know it's redundant, but with every hitter that steps in, you can't help but note their high home run total. This man didn't play last night, yet he has 8 home runs and 31 runs batted in. And he works the count to 2-0. With Vernon Wells, a 15 home run season behind him. Just did get the outside corner with a slider, a backup slider.
Yep.
Backdoor slider. $15,266 on a cool Tuesday night here at Petco.
Again, backdoor slider. Hey, if you could throw that, he started that sequence off 2-0, missing, and then backdoor slider to go 2-1. Another backdoor slider. Nice frame job by Nick Hundley to even the count.
Inside target, and it's pulled to Eckstein. He'll take the safe out at first, and there's 2 away. Good play by Eckstein. Just remarkable how he seems to be positioned exactly in a spot where, despite that he doesn't have the range of a lot of second basemen, but he's always there.
And another thing on that play, a lot of people might be anticipating Eckstein to go to second base for the force, but the situation of the game, top of the 8th, you're up by 3. Getting an out at first gets you 2 outs, right? Get the sure out, as you said. Rather than forcing a throw to second base, you might throw it wild.
Might hit the runner.
That opens a can of worms. The next thing you know.
So 2 outs to Vernon Wells. He's lined to center, hit by a pitch by Latos, and scored in the 4th. And a good play made by Headley at third the last time up, off the head of the bat. Another slider. Top 5 all-time Toronto statistics in games, runs, hits, home runs, RBIs, extra base hits. 1-1. Top of the 8th inning, 2 outs. Aaron Hill out at second base. Padres with a 3-run lead. Trying to close it out for Matt Latos, and Latos' 7th win of the year. Fouled away. .207 career home runs for Wells as Hundley goes out to talk with his pitcher Adams. That's 4th best in Toronto history. Interesting. Wells, while the conversation was going on, didn't stay around home plate. He walked almost all the way back to the dugout.
Kind of clear his mind a little bit, maybe.
Get Hundley back, and then he walked back up like he was starting fresh. 1-2 the count. And he chops another foul.
Almost like a pitcher trying to gather his thoughts. Maybe take a little walk around the mound just to gather his thoughts a little bit and break it up.
Hill at second, 2 outs, 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him to chase the slider. So Adams gives up a single but strikes out 2 men as he works a scoreless 8th inning. Bottom of the 8th, Hairston, Hundley, and Denorfia coming up. They stand up to cancer, signing the Stand Up to Cancer wall here at Petco Park. You can also purchase a Padres Stand Up to Cancer patch at the Padres store or online. 100% of your patch purchase will go directly to cancer research. Visit Padres.com/SUTC to make a donation. Learn how you can stand up to cancer. We were out there today and had a chance to look at the wall, all those signatures.
Yep.
It's going to be panel after panel, and at the end of the season, they'll put them up on the outfield walls. First pitch by the new hurler Casey Janssen, former UCLA star. He got a 4-0 record, although the ERA is almost at 5. So he's had some opportune games. Perhaps tie games or even a game in which he gave up a run and then Toronto came back to win.
He's a 5-pitch pitcher. Jansen is a fastball, cutter, slider, curve, and a change. High 80s, low 90s on the fastball.
Curveballs, foul back, 1-2, hung it. He was not only a pitcher with the Bruins, all conference, but such a good hitter. They used him as a DH. Fidgets with the ball in his glove.
Yeah.
Moves it around. Yep. It's hot. 2-2. I mean, those relief pitchers to the man, they all have to come up with a quirk. That's part of the deal. That's, it's in the job description. Whether it's how you turn your back to the hitter, or high kick, low kick,
their own
fidgety
little timing mechanism, maybe.
That one fouled. Might be a play for Overbay. And he's got it. 1 out, and Nick Hundley comes up. Double to start the key inning in this game. That was the bottom of the second inning after Hairston had flied out. Hundley doubled to deep left center field off the base of the wall near the 401 sign. Then DeNorfia walked. Hairston with a ground ball up the middle that was smothered by the second baseman Hill, but went for an infield hit to load the bases. And then Aaron Cunningham, in his first Padre start, cleared the center field fence with a grand slam homer. 4-0 San Diego. The other run came in the third. Leadoff double by Scott Hairston. Went to third on Hundley's single and scored on DeNorfia's sacrifice fly. Toronto came back with their 2 in the top of the 4th inning on a double hit batsman and a couple of singles, and that's where we stand. Jansen, familiar with the environs. He makes his home in the offseason in Huntington Beach. Born and raised in Orange County. 2-1. 4th round pick out of UCLA by Toronto in the draft 6 years ago. Pulled sharply by the dive of Encarnacion. And around first goes Hundley into second. And he has his second double of the night. Big night for Nick Hundley. He's 3 for 4. He had plenty of action on that swing.
Well, it looked like Jansen tried to throw a breaking ball by him, and just out of the dive of Encarnacion. A little insurance wouldn't be a bad idea here in the bottom of the 8th for San Diego. 8th double bagger for Nick.
Solid 3 for 4 night. In position for DeNorfia and Jerry Hairston to try to pick up an insurance run. Only one official at bat for DeNorfia. Fly ball to left. He's walked and scored, and a sacrifice fly for his 10th RBI. Got the Nightbirds whistling tonight, huh? Maybe those are Blue Jays, huh?
Do Blue Jays whistle like that?
No, they squawk.
Do they?
Yeah, they got a nasty sound.
Seriously, though. Blue Jay, beautiful bird.
Oh, it's lovely.
And growing up in the Midwest, the Cardinal.
Oh,
I remember the first time I laid eyes. Oh, this guy is a Penguin. He should be going up north somewhere, shouldn't he?
Well, way down the south. Huh? There's a Blue Jay.
Yeah, beautiful.
Looks like a hockey mask. 1-1 to DeNorfia. Pulled toward the hole. Hundley has to go back to second. Encarnacion throws out DeNorfia. 2 out.
Oh, superhero night.
Look at that lineup.
That's Clarence Beeks in the gorilla outfit from Trading Places.
Look at this
Captain
group.
America. We got the banana guy. We got the penguin. We got the. That's utterly disgusting. The guy on the right, the cow.
Yeah, it is.
And then the chef. He'll bake you a pie. And then you got these yahoos with the Lucha Libre masks on.
Those ought to be fans of the game. Where were they when we needed them? Jerry Hairston trying to pick up Hundley with 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Takes a 91-mile-an-hour strike. Heath Bell getting loose out in the bullpen. We'll see him in the top of the 9th inning, and it'll be Gonzalez, Overbay, and Buck scheduled for Toronto.
How about Heath Bell with the Steve Bedrosian beard? Former Cy Young Award closer for the Philadelphia Phillies back in the day.
That's a Blue Jay we're hearing.
That does sound like squawking, doesn't it?
2 strikes. Note on Aaron Cunningham from Elias Sports. He has become the first San Diego Padre in history whose first hit was a grand slam.
Oh, congratulations.
He's in the book. And would like to get another swing. Hairston can keep it alive. Broken bat. That might fall. It will fall. Hundley will come around to score. It's 6-2. Hairston's second hit of the night, his 23rd RBI. Sounded like he might have broken his bat.
I think he did.
So Cunningham will get the hit again.
So that bat will die happy. He gets jammed, and he just a little tennis lob out in the shallow right center field. And that's that insurance policy we were talking about earlier. Now a 4-run pad for the Friars.
You swing and you're dangerous. Cunningham, grand slam homered. First time ever Padre first hit, and a double that he bounced over the warning track out into the sand pit there in right center field. So he's hit the ball hard twice and struck out. That 4 RBI has a nice look to it, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Runner goes. The throw by Buck won't be in time. Hairston with a steal, his 5th of the year. Been a while since we've had the swat we swipe.
Yeah. We'll see what kind of jump he gets off of Jansen. It's a good jump, and then throw from Buck. It's a short hopper on the shortstop side. Jerry gets the hand in, and another King Stallman stolen base. It's good to be King.
So Cunningham with a chance to pick up RBI number 5 in his first Padres start. 2-0 the count. Way up and away. Tony Gwynn with a bat is in the on deck circle. Pitcher spot due next. Cunningham looking longingly down at third base coach Hoffman. Love to see the green light. 3-0. Let's see. Ball 4. 4-pitch walk. Jansen puts Cunningham on first and second for Tony Gwynn. Gwynn finding his stroke in the last couple of weeks, raising his average up from below 200 up to 221. Had that exciting inside the park home run on Sunday. All this after Nick Hundley with a double inside the bag of third with 1 out, and with 2 away, Jerry Hairston looped a single to right to knock in the run. Make it 6-2. A walk to Cunningham, and Gwynn with a chance for more. Takes a strike. Heath Bell wondering, when am I going to get the pitch?
Yeah. Well, it's a 4-run lead now. Is Heath the only one up there in that Padre bullpen? Kind of tough to see from our vantage point.
I think he's at a point where he wants to get some work.
Yeah.
It's been too long since last Thursday since he pitched.
You saw Daryl Ackerfeld out there talking with Heath. Daryl's got his own little system. He's got his clipboard. He's got the lineup. He jots down on that chart exactly what each hitter did in every inning. It gives the relievers an idea what to expect when they go out there, along with some scouting reports on the hitters.
Unsung hero, the bullpen coach. You don't see him because he's out there with his men in the pen. Ackerfeld's highly regarded. Many feel that he's going to be a pitching coach very soon.
Absolutely. He's good. He knows his stuff.
This whole faculty with the dean there, Dean Harry Black, they all have their doctorates in the game.
Oh, yeah.
So 2-1 to Gwynn. Here comes the action pitch with 2 on and 2 out. Low and inside. Slider missing. David Eckstein is on deck. Pitch away from coming up there with the bases loaded. And they are. So back-to-back walks, Cunningham and Gwynn. And with the bases full, Cito Gaston watches David Eckstein come up. There's no one throwing in the bullpen for the Jays. Eckstein has grounded out, walked, and the last 2 times up, solid strokes, but one right at the third baseman, the other a line drive to short. Try to find a hole here with the bases full. A run in, 6-2 here in the last of the 8th. Knee high, inside corner strike. And now Ryan Webb has pushed Heath Bell aside with the possibility, if Eckstein can drive in a couple of more, that the save situation is gone. Heath Bell might have to sit back down.
Yeah, you don't want to blow out Heath Bell in the bullpen, put him in the game, and then remember there's a day game tomorrow, so quick turnaround. So Heath, okay, here's what I think. Let's say they do score a couple more runs here. Heath Bell might get just enough good of a workout in the bullpen to keep him sharp in case he's needed for tomorrow.
What if it ends here 6-2? Do you bring him in then?
You know what? The coin's in the air. Kind of a tough call.
2 strikes to Eckstein. He hits a soft fly ball over first. It falls. 1 run scores. Here comes another. Gwynn to third. It is 8-2. Oh, Eckstein had that one coming. He's hit a couple of shots for out, so he just spoons one to right for a couple of runs. His 18th and 19th RBIs of the season.
Oh, it's nice to see the Padres blow this one open, especially the 2-out hits, the 2-out walks, and you cannot place that ball any more perfectly, I should say, as I butcher the Queen's English. Now 8-2. Very nice. And Balsley's on the phone, probably telling Heath Bell, hey, if you want to get a workout in, you're good to go. But chances are I'll probably go with Webb. That would be my educated guess.
3 runs in here in the 8th inning to blow it open 8-2. And Heath Bell, he's a competitor. He wanted to come in. He got himself all worked up, all that adrenaline going.
Well, Ack just pointed at somebody, whether it's Webb or Heath. We'll have to stay tuned.
And the count goes to 2 strikes on Headley. The one-on-one with Jane Mitchell will be fun to hear the second part of the story with Heath Bell. The interview that we saw in the pregame show today was taken with Heath before the season. And everyone raised their eyebrows when he said, we're going to win the championship. She said, what do you mean by that? He said, all of it. We're going to win the championship. Well, that was at a time where no one picked the Padres other than in last place in the National League West. And it wasn't tongue-in-cheek. I mean, here's a man that has believed all along. Sharp ground ball, but it's picked off by the second baseman Hill. And that'll be it in the 8th inning for the Padres. Fans enjoyed it. 3 more runs on 3 hits. And 2 men left to the 9th inning. 8-2 San Diego. That was John Buck's shot toward left field and robbed by Headley. Ryan Webb comes in to work the 9th inning. Big right-hander. We last saw Webb on Sunday. He worked the 9th inning in the game against Seattle.
Hey, he's putting together a nice little season. You take a look at those numbers from the big right-hander.
Gwynn stays in the game, Mark, and will play in center field with DeNorfia moving to right and Cunningham over to left. Swing and a miss. Alex Gonzalez, he's 2 for 3. He has 2 of the 5 Toronto hits tonight. Four singles and a double after 6 extra base hits and 2 home runs last night. Both of Gonzalez singles sharply hit to center field. There are times when you look at the stuff of Webb, maybe we can do it here from the center field angle, that his fastball has so much action.
Oh, yeah. 95, 96 with sink to it. There it is there. Oh, my goodness. The wiffle ball.
That is mean. 2-2. He held up.
Look at this pitch. Looks like it's going to start right at the heart of the plate, and it ends up by the back foot.
And that was what, at 94, 95?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Ground ball to Hairston. 1 away. Now we talked about Heath Bell, and this, folks, was an interview with Jane Mitchell before the season began, and this is the confidence and the toughness of Bell, who believes in the big prize at the end of the year.
You know, when you just feel something, you just feel like you know something. You know, I just feel like we're going to be in the series and we're going to win it. I mean, it might take all 7 games, but I just have a strong feeling that we're going to win the whole thing.
Boy, what the Joe Namath is going on there, huh?
Yeah, I mean, everyone said, now, wait a minute. Do we want to take him over to the local hospital and have him checked out here? I mean, what's he talking about? The Padres, no one's giving them any chance in the National League West. But you know, that was an indicator, a portend of this season, that Bell believed. And down in that clubhouse, Buddy Bell's guys believe. And they've shown that throughout the season. Here we are in the middle of June, June 15th. A win tonight, they stay in first place. They find ways. Count runs out to 3-0 to Overbay. RBI single and 3 trips tonight. And Heath Bell and Gonzalez at the start of the season. And you had to like when they said, you know, there's all this talk about come late July that Padres will trade us and to get some more young players and all the rest. Yep. What if we're so good that they can trade us? I really thought that was a terrific comment coming from Bell and Gonzalez. There's ball 4 to Overbay. 1 out walk. He's a tough guy, and he takes on that role, as he told Jane Mitchell. Yeah, when something's not going right, takes the count. He's not afraid to stand up in the clubhouse and chew out a teammate in front of everyone else. You know, make your point. If you're right, you're right, and then the next day you take him out to dinner.
And he's fun to cuddle up with, too. A lot of love in that Padre bullpen.
John Buck, he of 2 home runs last night, 0 for 3 tonight, but almost a base hit. You saw the Headley rob of his ground ball sharply into the hole back in the 3rd.
Oh, you catch a spike or something there, Ryan Webb, on a funky follow through. Watch the follow through of Ryan Webb on this breaking ball. Kind of just spun on that front foot, and
we're going to make sure that he's okay. Kind of turned his ankle on that move. trainer Todd Hutchinson and Bud Black to make sure the big young guy's okay, smiling.
Well, they're looking at the landing spot on the mound there out in front. Ryan's going to take a practice throw. I don't know whether it was his ankle or maybe tweaked his knee a little bit or what.
92 as we had the gun on it just on a practice throw.
Well, here's when you should the first practice throw, fire one back to the top of the screen. Put the fear of God into the hitter right before he steps back into the box. A little Ryan Durham.
Another of the talented arms in this Padre organization. If you're going to build your future on pitching, Padres are on the right highway. 1-1 the count. He went around. And again, that movement for a man throwing that hard. He learns to continue to use that speed action. He's going to be a real tough guy to hit. I mean, he's got the kind of stuff. Don't you think that someday could be a closer?
Absolutely.
That kind of stuff?
And to elaborate on that stuff that you're talking about, his fastball moves so much that he could concentrate just aiming towards the center of the plate and letting the ball do the work. I mean, once in a while you hang one, but if he could go middle thigh, maybe just above the knee, and then just the heart of the plate and let the ball do its own work, he's going to have a lot of success. Like that pitch there.
Count goes to 2-2 on Buck the catcher.
Watch how this pitch, it's going to start towards the heart of the plate, even outer third, but yet the downward action, the sink on that, Buck tops it for a foul ball. Tough to square up that pitch.
And that was the breaking ball. Curveball outside, so the count goes full. 8-2, Padres 2 outs away from squaring this series. Correa 5-4 against Ricky Romero 5-3. Day game tomorrow at 3:35. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Wicked stuff. Down to their final out. Edwin Encarnacion grounded to short. Denorfia took a hit away from him with a diving catch in left center field and a walk in the 7th inning. That was the 11th Jay to strike out. They're among the leaders in striking out on the season. They're big swinging. They hit the home runs, more home runs, but they also do fan a lot. Let's watch what he comes in here with. High fly ball left field. Right at Cunningham. Isn't that great? Cunningham caught the first out of the game in right field, catches the last out of the game in left field, and in between, let me think, how about a grand slam home run?
Nice.
The Padres have won at 8-2. Mission accomplished, and we'll be back with the final totals